Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Hope everyone is doing amazing and you had an amazing weekend. That being said, you might have noticed I've been gone for a few days. There's a reason for that, and I'll explain in a second. And it also has partially to do with this message today. Again, these messages are timeless and will be received in divine timing for those who need to hear them. And if they don't apply, let it fly. You can always come back for the next one. However, I do encourage you to hang out, especially if this video happened to pass by your feed from out of nowhere. There just might be something in here for you to hear. And at the end, as usual, I will be giving out some names that might or might not resonate with you. It doesn't mean the message is not for you if the name doesn't resonate. It's just further confirmation for those who are already resonating with this message. Okay. And as I said, this message is going to be basically confirmation. It's very specific. I don't know exactly who it's for, but it all ties into, about my being away. Okay. And basically, the message for you is to learn to be comfortable in the silence and in the stillness. Okay. Whoever I'm speaking to, okay, you've been having this urge, this feeling that you want to do something with your life, you want changes to be made, and you're doing all kinds of things behind the scenes to try to get this off the ground. Okay. For some of you, this is a complete career change. Okay. For others, this is, move to a different location because you're no longer happy where you're at. Okay. And you've been doing everything right. Okay. You've been focused, you've been diligent, you've been, doing all the work that you needed to do or that you thought you were being guided to do in order to get where you want to get. However, you're somewhere at a crossroads. You're at a standstill right now. Whoever I'm speaking to, you're at a standstill. And this could be frustrating. It can be frustrating when you're working towards a goal, okay, that you feel that you've been, led or guided to create by something higher than yourself. And it doesn't always, progress in the manner that we expect it to progress in, okay? Shit happens. This is part of the process, but it's also part of the lesson of learning to be comfortable in the stillness. And like I said earlier, this is going to tie into where I was the past couple of days, okay? As you know, these are channel messages, okay? I can't snap a finger and make a message come. So if I don't receive anything, okay, I can't provide anything. But there's that little piece in the back of my mind that says, you know what, God, you asked me to share my gifts with those out there who might need them, okay? And then I go days on end without a message to give, okay? And my old way of thinking starts to creep back in. This is where these are where the cracks open up within us. This is where the darkness tries to take over and tries to convince us that we're doing something wrong if we're not doing something every single minute of the day. Okay, that's old playbook. Okay, it's about alignment. It doesn't matter how well or how much you do something. It doesn't matter if I put out a million videos. Okay, for instance, if I put out a million videos and they had no substance behind them because there was no message that I was actually channeling. Okay. Unfortunately, you get situations out there sometimes where that does happen. It's unfortunate because it takes the rest of it down. But that's okay. These things do exist. In the world of the yin and the yang, where there's good, there has to be bad. Where there's happy, there has to be sad, etc. You know the rules. You know the way that it works. But this is the part that I had to learn, which was most difficult. Okay, which was the letting go. Okay, allowing you know uh, the higher forces to take the realms without me trying to force myself, which is what they're asking you to do now. Okay, you've done everything you possibly can to achieve the goal that you want to achieve. The only thing you're not doing is you're not stepping back. You're not allowing the divine to take the reins. Okay, you still want to maintain control, and I get that because I was very much like that. I wanted to be in control of the situation, especially whoever I'm speaking to. You've had a difficult past, okay, which caused you to become this type of a control situation because it was the only way. What I'm sensing is you grew up in chaos. It was a very chaotic childhood, and the only way that you were able to maintain some type of control is getting a hold of a project that you were doing, whatever that happened to be, and you learned this from childhood, and you stayed on it and you focused just on that, and then when things didn't turn out exactly the way that you expected them to, you became frustrated. Okay, which then in turn caused you to back out of whatever it is you're working on. And this is what I feel like you're teetering on the verge of now. You're almost on the verge of backing out. And what Source wants you to know is that your hard work has been seen. There's nothing more that you can do other than to let go and allow the universe to work for you. Okay, you're not doing anything bad if you take a few days off. Okay, don't feel bad about that. Everything has to be replenished sometimes in the rest, in the silence, learning to respect that silence. And in that rest is when the ideas are going to come that's going to bring you that breakthrough moment. And it does happen. I can tell you that from experience because I've experienced it myself. When I realized that when I've let go of things, okay, and I allowed things just to flow naturally, is when things started to work. And when I became worried about things is when things got tightened up. I mean, there was times when I sat there, I'm like, come on, God, you know what? You pushed me to create this channel. It's not something I really wanted to do, but out of my love and wanting to, not only serve, humanity on some level, I wanted to serve, God first and foremost. Okay, source, the Most High. Okay, many of you know, even though I do resonate with many, many deities, okay, because many of them exist, there is the first, the one high God that's out there, that the creator that created all of this, okay? And I like to keep my work close with the creator for the simple fact that I want to be able to use myself as a vessel, or should I say, allow source to use my vessel to communicate to others out there who might be needing a message such as this. Okay, so again, whoever this message is for, they want you to take a break, stop beating yourself up. There's nothing more you can do. The only thing that you're doing that's, working against you, okay, and again, there's no judgment, is that you're resisting, okay? You're still trying to control everything. Just like I was doing these past couple of days, I was freaking out. I'm like, holy shit, I got no message to give anything, to give to anyone out there. Maybe there's someone that needs something. This is where my concern was. And when I took the few days to relax and settle into the silence, okay, of not receiving a download, okay, is when I started receiving an abundance of downloads. Even when I went outside today to meditate for a while. I sat out there and I said to Source Most High, you know what, if there's something you want me to speak about today, I said, you know what, make a leaf fall on the left side of my nose. Okay. Now nothing happened right away, but I sat there for about 10 minutes more and a huge wind, okay, came by. The leaf did actually land on my nose, but on the right side of my nose. Okay, and that's to show you that God has a sense of humor, that it's going to be done God's way. That was the response. God responded. It didn't happen exactly the way I expected it to, but I understood that to be the message that I asked for. And what are the chances of a person sitting outside and a leaf just falling on your face, on your nose, just because you asked for it within 10 minutes? But that's how it works. It doesn't always work that quickly, okay? But it does have to do with faith. And once you build faith, and this is part of helping you to build your faith, this silent time, knowing that the breakthrough is coming, the answers will come. You just have to relax, okay? You don't have to earn anything. You just have to align with it. You're keeping yourself bundled up as a bundle of nerves. You're preventing yourself from aligning with it, okay? Now, like I said earlier, I do have some names that I received today during meditation. These names could either be your name or someone that relates to your situation as, further confirmation that this video is for you. And as I said, if your name isn't mentioned, it doesn't mean the video is not for you, that the message isn't for you. It's just further confirmation for those who need it. So give me a second so I can get the specs on. Okay, names I received today were Peter, Martin, Zaid, Chan, Sophie or Sophia, Colleen, Assad, Jamal, Linda, and Mary. Sorry, couldn't read my scratch. Anyway, like I said, those names don't have to be your name. It could be someone that, is involved in your situation. It's just further confirmation. And again, if your names weren't mentioned, it doesn't mean the video is not for you. All right. So anyway, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. I'm hoping that I'm going to receive a message. If I do, I'll be back. As long as I have some type of content to create, I'll make sure to put it out there for you. All right. So that being said, I wish everyone a great night. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.